Hi, family. Welcome to Give God Glory Through Your Story. I'm Cecilia, your host. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that requested a video. So, yes, I hope that you guys are going to enjoy this one and the rest that's going to follow. By not wasting a lot of time, let me just get right into this video. The topic of this video is: does childhood trauma affect your adulthood? So I know other people will say yes, others will say no, not if you have help, therapy, counseling. So, yes, then it helps. But let me share my story with you guys. Um, when I was young, I think age of 6, 7, I had a different kind of experience that kind of affect my, I will say, my adulthood life. Um, I remember, I don't know if you all know, when you're young, we always take that afternoon nap and all that. So me and my cousin, we grew very, very close. So when we were growing up, we would play, we would do everything together. And this afternoon, um, we went to sleep, and then I woke up before her. So what happened is, uh, what do you do when you wake up? You're hungry, you want to eat. So with me, um, there was bread, and it was not a lot of bread. It was the last bread. I can't even remember what did I ate the bread with, but like it was the bread was not sliced bread, so obviously if you slice it yourself, then the slices are a bit bigger. So yeah, so I ate all the bread, and when my cousin wake up, she also wanted to eat, and I demolished the bread. It's finished, and she was crying, and she was crying, and she was crying, and my aunt started to shout at me, like she was so mad because this kid is now screaming and going on, and I was mad at myself for eating the bread, because now I'm going through all the shouts, and I remember I was like, Lord Jesus, why did I eat the bread? I regret, why did I eat the bread? And that thing was actually really a problem for me, because um, okay, fine, like I said, eventually they went to go buy bread for her. But the thing is, my aunt was so frustrated with all the crying and everything, and with me, I thought, why did I eat the bread? Why did I eat the bread? I wasn't supposed to eat the bread, because now they're shouting at me, why did you eat all the bread? But there wasn't much bread left, so I ate the little that was left. And it's not as if we couldn't afford to buy an extra loaf of bread. It's just I ate the bread, and now here's the crying and all that. So um, what happened is, eventually they went to go buy the bread for her, and then there was, I can't remember what did I ate the bread with, but the freezer was full of meat. I don't know, was there a cow that was slaughtered or whatever, but she was, having this bread with meat, and I looked at it. I was like, I didn't even had meat. I just had a bread. So yeah, guys, honestly, to be a child, to be kids, is something different. You throw tantrums and you do things, and I can't believe that we've been through all that drama. But then anyway, the other thing that I've also experienced was I stayed with other people for 2, 3 months, and what I experienced there was like, um, with kids, it's nice, you eat and play, eat and play. So normally what we do, we will eat in the room instead of, with the elders and all that in the dining room. So we will eat in the room, and what happened is, we will take our plates, and then when we get there, we sit, we play whatever we play. But this this kid will take my food, and then she will eat, and then if my plate is maybe half or just maybe the little that is left, she'll give me my plate back and then I'll have to eat. And every day that's what happened, that's what I experienced. So actually most of the time in the evening when we had supper, but during the day it was okay, it wasn't that bad. So that was also something else that kind of made me feel, oh okay, you're not allowed to eat, stuff like that. So um why do I say how did this affect me? What happened is, with me, what that thing did with my cousin that was crying for food, I started to act different every time when we eat. Let's say for instance, whatever there is, I will always ask, have everybody ate? Then they will say yes, or they will say no, that one didn't. Then I will like, okay, no, it's fine, I will eat afterwards. And they didn't really click why. And then let's say for instance there's sweets or there's like fruits and all that. What will happen is I will always ask, did everybody have some of the apple or the bananas, whatever there is? And then they will say, yes, we all of us have, but so and so did not have. And then I was like, oh okay, no, it's fine, I will eat afterwards. I always made sure that everybody ate before I eat, because in my mind as a child I already have that thing like, yo, just now I will be the one that ate the last apple, and then they will cry again and say, why did you eat the last apple? So that is what actually stuck in my head. So they did not actually realize that that's what's happening with me. And then one day I said to my cousin, I said, you messed me up. And then she said, what? I said, you messed me up. Obviously when I was older, I said, that day when you were crying for food like that, you were crying for bread like that, you messed me up. Now I'm struggling. I really struggle to eat, because what happened is, even when I grew up, I was working for myself. I get a salary, I go buy food and all that. I still struggle. I did not have that liberty and that freedom to eat freely because of that experience that I had that day. So it was difficult, really difficult. What happened there? What happened there for me, the screaming and everything, I I thought that I was not allowed to eat, but she is. She deserves to eat. I thought about I thought, me, I'm not made for food. Food. It's very funny when I say it, but it's like literally that thought where I felt like they can eat, but I don't have to eat, because yeah, guys, that really messed me up. But now that we grew up, my cousin and I think everything is just a journey we learn, and everything has a lesson, because now my cousin will not let anyone have something if the other one is not having. It's like, oh, okay, you guys have to share. And if there's not enough, then it's okay, nobody's getting it, which is a good thing. So now, you guys, if I go back to my story, you would say, so was I supposed to share? Was I supposed to even share the last bread? It's not even about sharing. It's about the shouting, and it's about the screaming. It's about the crying. All that was unnecessary. If we could have just go buy extra loaf of bread and then just avoid all that, then it would be fine. Then it would not cause me all the trauma. The food trauma. I don't know if you get something like food, but that's the trouble that I had. And now I'm okay. How did I overcome it? People will ask, are you still having the same problem? I at least got over it. I can eat. I had to self-talk myself to say that you are just as worthy as they are. You deserve to eat. I had to self-talk myself, and I had to tell myself, you have to look after yourself, you have to look after your body, you have to do it for you. So the thing is, do I still get triggers? Yes, I do. I still get triggers that takes me to the past, but they okay, they not as much. But yeah, I'm laughing. One of the triggers that I would get is where I'm staying, we're eating 4:30 to 5, which is actually early, but for other people not so much, meaning that by that time if we eat, they always ask, are we gonna eat, are we gonna eat? Reason for that is because it's early, and sometimes we don't want to eat because maybe you had your lunch at about 3 or 4, especially me that likes to work all day long, and then sometimes I did not eat. So, but the that's when they ask, are you gonna eat? Then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe today you are not eating. They don't want to give you food today. Or sometimes I would say, yo, it's supper. Why am I not gonna eat? Then there's that thing. But most of the time, it's okay. I actually know the asking comes from a good place, but that thought at the back of your mind. So yeah. But I have to say, guys, really, try to be sensitive when it comes to kids. With the shouting and the screaming, really try, because as children we never talk. I never told anybody of them that, hey guys, since that scene happened, I'm really struggling to eat, I am scared to eat and all that. I never told anybody that. I only told them when I grew older to say, yeah, Kazi, you messed my head up. And then she was like, hey, I'm sorry, yeah, I liked food too much. So guys, like I said, really be sensitive, especially when it comes to kids, because those things, it's not something that it's easier, especially to take in your adulthood and all that. People look at you and they're like, what's wrong with you? You don't know yourself what's wrong with you until you go to the root and say, where did it start? What happened? So, yeah, for me, that was the story. I worked on it, and I have to say, today I have the freedom and the liberty to say that, guys, I'm hungry. I want to eat, and I can make myself food, and I can enjoy it. Yes, sometimes maybe I slack a little, I don't do it right, but I know that I have the freedom to eat whenever, anytime. I can eat. I'm allowed to eat. Just as other people enjoy food, I can enjoy mine. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this. Please try to be sensitive, like I said. So, hope to see you guys next time. Give God glory through your story. Bye.